security at once upon a time. I sell the record label. I was head.
Head of security?
Yes.
Did you receive a paycheck?
Yes.
And who signed that paycheck?
It didn't get signed. It got sent from the company YSL to a bank account.
Okay. Did you have employees working under you?
No, I only pick, like when we go to different states, I only pick the security guards. And if they weren't doing their job properly, I sent them home too.
Where did you pick the security guards from?
From whatever security company they had.
Okay. When you say from whatever security company they had, who is the they that you are referring to?
Whatever security company in that state we was in.
Okay.
I don't remember the company's names or none of that.
How long was it your job to pick security personnel for Mr. Stillwell, Mr. Kendrick, and Mr. Williams?
Overruled.
I don't recall the testimony being that he did security for Mr. Stillwell.
Right.
I mean, he said he worked on tour with all of them. My recollection is that he worked on tour for all of them as head of security.
Well,
so, I mean, I don't know.
Maybe or ask him to
flesh
clarify
that out some more.
Okay. When you said that you, Mr. Kendrick, Mr. Stillwell, and Mr. Williams worked together, would you please tell the jury what that consisted of?
Well, I worked it for Mr. Jeffrey Williams, not Mr. Kendrick or Shannon Jackson.
And just to clarify, you mean Shannon Stillwell, who is also known as Shannon Jackson?
Yes.
Okay. So what were Mr. Kendrick and Mr. Stillwell doing while you were working security for Mr. Williams?
Kendrick's an artist.
Okay.
And Shannon used to be with us, but trying to become an upcoming artist.
Is it fair to say then that Mr. Kendrick was performing while you were?
Yeah, sometimes.
Okay. And Mr. Stillwell was doing what exactly while you were working?
He probably doing other things like selling merch for Jeffrey Williams, setting up the merch.
Now, when you say the merch, what is it that you're meaning?
Like selling T-shirts, hats.
And were those T-shirts and hats merchandise with the name Jeffrey Williams on it or something else?
YSL.
Okay. So when Mr. Stillwell was on tour with you, Mr. Kendrick, and Mr. Williams, was that his only job to sell merch?
No, we all did different things. We probably like helped with the clothing. We all did different things. We all just supported Jeffrey in any way we could.
Okay. And is it fair to say you want the best for each of them?
I never want the worst for anybody on this earth.
And when you say you all supported Jeffrey in any way that you could, what are the ways that specifically you, Mr. Kendrick, and Mr. Stillwell supported Mr. Williams?
The record label. We supported the music.
How?
What you mean, how?
Did you just testify that you all supported Mr. Williams in any way that you could?
Yes, by helping him get his clothes together, what he was going to wear, help him sell his clothing for his business.
And those items of clothes, did they each have the name YSL on it, or did they have something else?
He got different clothes.
Okay. What are some of the other names that would appear on his clothes?
He have what they call a spider.
Mm-hmm. Now, do you know, or did spider have any meaning to you for it to appear on Mr. Williams' clothes?
I didn't know the meaning of spider. I just seen the clothing.
You never talked about it with anybody?
No, I don't have them discussions.
When you say you don't have them discussions, what discussions are you talking
I
about?
don't have discussion about his clothing line and what the meaning of his clothing line.
Even though you're selling it?
Yes.
Did you ever hear any one of those three gentlemen talking about the clothing line or
No.
the meaning?
I just only know what YSL mean.
Where is it that you all sold the items of clothing with YSL and Spider on it?
Anywhere in the venue. Wherever they had us to set up in the venue. Same way you got me sitting here, wherever they set up and tell us to set up at, we set up at.
All right. And who is it that would tell you where to sit up?
Whoever's over the venue.
Understood. Now, did you tell me how long you had been working as head of security for Defendant Williams?
I don't remember the exact time, but I can't tell you exact how many years, how long it was.
Do you remember the last time that you worked at a venue as head of security for Mr. Williams? The year, generally speaking.
I want to say 2019.
And what venue was that?
We went a lot of places. I don't remember. We went so many places. I don't remember exact everyone you're trying to.
Did Mr. Williams give you access to places that you had not gone before?
I've been places without Mr. Williams.
I understand.
On my own.
Understood. My question, though, is did Mr. Williams give you access to any places that you had not gone before?
No.
And the last time being generally in 2019, do you remember what occasion that was that you worked at?
I don't remember where we went. We went so many places. We went to Utah. We went to so many places. It was unreal.
Did you work as Mr. Williams head of security in 2009?
No, I don't even think Mr. Williams was famous yet.
When did you start working as head of security?
I want to say, when was his first tour? The rodeo, was it 2015?
So I heard you reference, when was his first tour?
It was 2015.
Is that late 2015, mid or early 2015?
I don't recall. I don't know if it was the middle when it started. On that I remember, him and Travis Scott was on tour together.
Okay. So before then, did you and Mr. Kendrick and Mr. Stillwell and Mr. Williams hang out for any reason other than work?
Could you ask that question again?
Yes. Before then, did you, Mr. Kendrick, Mr. Stillwell, and Mr. Williams hang out for anything other than work?
We partied together. I said that already.
And would you party only at clubs?
Sometimes we sit at Mr. Williams' house and enjoy it ourselves.
And before you did the tour that you mentioned in 2015, did you work in any way for Mr. Williams, Mr. Kendrick, Mr. Stillwell, or any other defendant whom I've named today?
When I met Jeffrey Kendrick, I didn't know Kendrick or Mr. Stillwell when I first met Jeffrey.
Understood. In 20 began working as head of security for Mr. Williams, starting with his rodeo tour?
Yes, in 2015.
Right. Thank you, because that was my next question. Was it in 2015? So before then, did you work for Mr. Williams doing anything?
No.
Okay. And before then, did you work for or with Mr. Kendrick doing anything?
I never worked for or with Mr. Kendrick.
Okay. And before then, did you ever work either for or with Mr. Stillwell doing anything?
No, it don't make any sense to ask the same thing. I told you already, I didn't never work for Kendrick or Stillwell. Why would you ask the same question?
I understand your frustration, but
I'm
I'm
not
asking you for
frustrated.
the jury's sake.
I'm
Okay?
not frustrated.
All right.
Overruled.
Okay. And I understood you saying you didn't work for them. Did you ever work with either of those people before 2015? Mr. Sledge, are you going to answer?
I don't answer that question.
Okay. So I take it the answer is no? You never worked with them before 2015?
No, I already answered that question.
Thank you. Mr. Sledge, are you a part of a gang called YSL?
YSL is not a gang.
I am asking you specifically, are you a part or have you ever been a part of a gang called YSL?
Objection, asked and answered.
Overruled.
And I asked you and told you YSL is not a gang.
Then if you could say yes or no.
No.
Okay. Have you ever been a part of a gang called YSL?
I just said no.
Would you please tell the jury if you know whether YSL has 3 or more members or associates?
You said, do they have 3 or more associates?
Let's start with members. Does YSL have 3 or more members?
Working members?
Does the organization, we'll call it, have 3 or more associates?
What you mean by the associate?
What do you understand associates to mean?
I don't understand what it means.
We'll come back to associates.
All right.
Do the 3 or more members of YSL that you are aware of share any common identifiers?
What you mean by identifier? You gotta be more specific when you asking the question.
Of course. Colors. Do the 3 or more members of YSL typically tend to wear the same colors?
We wear all type of colors. They wear all type of colors.
Is that a yes or is that a no?
I can't answer yes or no to that question because they wear all type of colors. You said they have Pacific color?
Do they wear any particular colors? Yes. That represents YSL.
No, not that I know of.
Okay. What about hand signals? Do the 3 or more members of YSL that you know of share any common or use any common hand signals?
Have I seen 3 or more of them use the hand signal?
My question is, do the 3 or more members of YSL that you just referenced, do they use common hand signals?
Yes.
Tell the jury about the common hand signals they use.
What you mean?
You just said yes.
I'm
Did you
saying,
not?
What you mean? I can't explain to you the hand signal, but I know it if I see it.
Can you show the jury?
I can't show them.
Why not?
It's not an individual handshake.
I didn't ask you about a handshake.
That's what you said.
No, I said hand signals.
Oh, I don't see use all type of signals. I don't know.
Would you tell the jury which ones that you do know of?
I only know of one.
What one do you know of?
You throw the Y, the S, and the L up.
Show the jury how to do that, please.
Like that.
I'm sorry, I missed it. And where is the Y, the S, and the L in what you just held up?
I don't know. I can't tell you. I just see the hand signal be thrown.
Would you please hold that up and hold it for a second?
Could you see it?
How do you know that that is a YSL if you don't know where the Y, the S, and the L are?
I don't know where it's at. I just don't see it sitting. I never even try to figure out why the SL is.
Then how do you know that it stands for YSL?
Because I don't see it throwed up numbers of places.
How does that tell you that it stands for YSL?
I don't know, Ms. Love.
You don't know?
No.
How long have you seen that hand signal being used?
I don't know how many years have I seen it being used.
When would you say the first time you can recall seeing it being used is?
When he started saying he was going to have his own label called YSL.
When you say when he, who are you referring to?
And that's what Jeffrey Williams' label is, YSL.
Are you asking me or telling me?
I'm telling you, that's his label. YSL is the label.
Do you know an approximate year that you first saw that hand signal being used?
No, I don't remember.
Do you know when it is that Defendant Williams established a record label called YSL?
He been saying it for years. That's what he wanted his label to be, but I don't know exactly what year that it was officially copyrighted, if that's the right word.
Are you familiar with a young man by the name of Trontavious Stevens?
Yes.
What do you call him?
Slug, tick, what?
Okay. And how long have you known Tick or Slug?
A long time, too. I can't tell you exactly how many years, but I've been knowing him a long time, too.
Generally around what year did y'all meet?
I probably say around the same time I met Mr. Williams.
And under what circumstances did you meet?
In the park.
Okay. Who introduced you to Mr. Stevens?
Nobody introduced me. I was come around, and once they started saying names, I started remembering names. Once they started calling each other names, I started remembering names.
Who is the they that started calling each other names?
People in the park.
And so who were some of those people?
Jeffrey would call him Slug. You had a couple of more people.
So is it fair to say that you met Mr. Stevens through Defendant Williams?
I wouldn't say I met him through, because Jeffrey Williams never came to me and said, well, this Slug and this T. So I didn't meet him through Jeffrey Williams.
Okay.
I met him just being around.
Okay. And did you ever hang out with Mr. Stevens?
Yes.
How often did you hang out with Mr. Stevens?
Not often.
And how would you describe your relationship with Mr. Stevens when you first met him?
Me and Mr. Stevens had a great relationship, but we didn't hang around each other like that.
Has anything happened to sour your relationship with Mr. Stevens?
No.
Okay. Is there anyone within YSL that you do not have a great relationship with?
No.
How did you mean for those crimes to do that thing?
I wouldn't say increase the game for YSL. I would say what I'm trying to get at is like things happen and I reacted.
And
I don't think it's what you're saying. I just don't think it was all about YSL. That's what I'm saying.
are you referring to one specific incident?
I only know about one incident. What I pleaded guilty to. I don't know about no other incidents.
Okay. So when I speak of street credibility, what do you understand that to mean? Is it the same thing for you as fame?
I never really been into that, Ms. Love, about fame and street credibility.
That's okay. But I need you to answer the question. What do you understand street credibility to mean?
I'm stuck, you know.
Why
I'm
are you
stuck right now because I don't understand what a street credibility is.
Do you know what fame is?
Yeah, I know what fame and street credibility, but I'm a person like I don't go off fame and street credibility. I'm just basically I believe in being a man, put it like that.
I appreciate that. What do you understand reputation to mean?
You're trying to uphold a reputation, right?
I can't give an answer. You have to give the answers, okay? What do you understand reputation to mean?
A name in the streets.
Okay. So how did you intend for the crimes you committed to boost YSL's name in the streets?
What's the name of the cat? I'm trying to think how to answer this question.
Just tell the truth.
I'm going to tell the truth. I don't know but the truth. I'm just trying to think of a way of saying it with the truth.
Just say whatever's in your mind right now.
Ain't nothing in my mind right now but what I say.
Okay. Do you need a minute?
Yeah.
Okay.
Could you come back to that one?
No.
To boost the name or the reputation of YSL in the street. That's a good one.
7 on states 444 Yankee. Refresh your memory. Don't read it out loud.
Yes.
So, Mr. Sledge, would you please tell the jury how long you have been a member of YSL?
It's associated 2012.
Okay. When you say it says associated, what are you meaning?
That's what the plea agreement said.
We'll get to the document itself.
Right.
Right now, I'm asking you, since you've testified that you are currently a member of YSL, how long have you been a member of YSL?
Since 2012.
while associated with YSL, while a member, what have you done to support and express loyalty to YSL that was against the law?
When I pleaded guilty to a drive-by shooting.
I'm not talking about pleading guilty. I'm asking you specifically to please tell the jury, what crimes have you committed to express loyalty and support to YSL?
I just answered.
Overruled.
I just answered.
I need you to expressly tell the jury what crimes you have committed to express loyalty and support to YSL.
I don't remember exactly all of them, but I know aggravated battery was one of them. Aggravated assault. Could you refresh my memory? Because I don't remember all the charges I had. There was a lot of charges.
Do you remember what you did, though?
I drove a car.
So how, when you say you drove a car, how does that lead to your committing aggravated battery and aggravated assault to express loyalty and support for YSL?
I wouldn't say YSL. I say it was basically helping Demika Gunner and Quindarius Zachary.
Have you ever stated that you committed a drive-by shooting to express support and loyalty to YSL?
Yes, because I pleaded guilty in 2017.
Regardless of your guilty plea, I'm not talking about.
Well, that's the reason. That's the reason I signed that question.
Okay. So since I haven't referenced a question for the jury, I'm trying to keep the record clear, okay? I'm just asking you about acts that you committed that were done to express support and loyalty to YSL.
I just said that.
Hang on a second.
Third question, ask the same question. The gentleman's given the same.
I'm going to let her proceed with this.
So you may go ahead. How does driving a car lead to committing aggravated battery and aggravated assault to express loyalty and support for YSL?
You losing me because I understand what you're saying, but what I'm trying to tell you, it probably was for people who claim to be YSL, if you want to use that as a refer.
I understand that you understand what I'm saying, but I'm asking for the jury's sake, okay? If you can just tell them how driving a car leads to an aggravated battery and an aggravated assault committed to express loyalty and support for YSL.
So you want me to explain to what happened?
I want you to explain how one leads to the other, how it leads to expressing support and loyalty for YSL.
I don't know, my love. I don't even think when I read the plea agreement, I was understanding. I think I was just signing.
I want you to put out of your mind any agreement, and I'm asking you here today,
In no way, then.
In no way?
No way.
So who is it that you know who committed a drive-by shooting to support and express loyalty to YSL?
I already answered that question for you.
Would you answer it again then? I might have missed it.
Me, Garlington, and Zachary.
So given that you, Garlington, and Zachary committed a drive-by shooting to support and express loyalty to YSL, please explain to the jury how you personally intended for that criminal act to express loyalty and support for YSL.
I already told you, my brother, one to express for YSL. It was just an incident. You making it seem like the crime we committed was for YSL. Yes, I did sign that. I understand what you're saying. I initiate on that question. I'm most definitely initiate on it.
Mr. Sledge, since you're referencing that, and by that, just for the record, I believe that you're referring to 444 Yankee, the document that I just brought to you.
Yes.
Let's talk about that for a little bit, okay?
Yeah, go with that.
Earlier this morning, you asked if you could be allowed to speak with your attorney. Did you not?
Yes.
Did you get a chance to speak with your attorney?
Yes.
How long have you had that attorney?
You said how long have you been my attorney, period?
Yes.
I don't know, a lot of years.
Okay. Does a lot of years mean more than 5?
Yes, more than 5. Probably 15 or better.
And is it a safe assumption to say that you trust your attorney?
Yes.
Okay. And since you're referencing 444 Yankee and you're referencing signing it, did you have access to your attorney at the time you signed it?
Yes. But also, when I brought to my attorney attention about that document and told him that that wasn't correct, he came back to me and told me, you said initial, and then I'll be able to explain when I come here today.
Mr. Sledge, please tell the jury whether you requested certain items that were different than what is contained in 444 Yankee to be either changed or removed from that document before you signed it.
When I tried to get it changed, he came back to me and said that you wouldn't change it. Them is exact words to me. When I brought a concern about him, he came back to me and said, you wouldn't change it.
Mr. Sledge, do you understand the question that I'm asking you?
Yes.
Would you please tell the jury whether there were changes
No, it
to
was no
this
change.
document
There was no change.
that you personally requested through your attorney?
Yes, and you didn't change it.
Is it your testimony that no changes were made to that document
No change was made to my
from
document.
its original form?
No.
I'm going to show you just... now, are you saying no definitely or no you don't remember?
I don't remember, but I think most definitely you didn't change it.
I'm going to show you page 6 of 7 on states 444 Yankee at section 5. If either
Yeah, right.
Council needs to see it. I'd like to.
Yeah, right.
You may.
Oh, guys.
Yes, can you step outside into the hallway, please?
Yeah, it's your boy Marz Perspect. We've been at it. It has been a wonderful day in the court of YSL. Today's video, we have Mr. Sledge up there. As you can see in the video, he has been talking about how he's been the head of security at YSL. Some things came up about today where they was trying to get him to admit to doing side activities for the furtherance of YSL. He said he hasn't. They've been trying to get to know him, who he knows, who he don't know. As I put in the video, you see that I have Tick up there. It's one of the people that he know. He's saying that he knows the whole YSL game, but yet alone, it is not a game, people. So, but you say YSL is not a game, but you also helped in some activities in furtherance in the game as far as for helping out in a drive-by shooting. So it's just all over the place. We have so much different evidence that we can put. But what do y'all think about the head of security? If so, leave y'all comments below. Tell me what y'all think. Tell me some suggestions y'all think I should talk about in the case. We'll be back tomorrow with another video. That's also some more information down at the bottom below. I have another video link. You can go check up and catch up on the YSL trial. This your boy Marz Perspect telling you my prospect.